Well, there seems to be no end to the violence, and now the EU has threatened to pull its aid to the country during talks in Brussels yesterday with a delegation of the Burundian government. What options does Burundi have to avoid losing all support? Well, Alain Nyamitwe is Burundi's foreign minister and led the negotiations on behalf of his country with the EU last night. He joins us now from our office in Brussels. Thanks for taking time to talk to us. Just give me your reaction to that statement by Adama saying that Burundi, if things don't change, could end up having a civil war. Are you close to that?
No, and thank you for having me. Let me just first of all say that if I don't know the religion of Mr. Adama Dieng, but if he was a prophet, then he's a false one. I have to say that of course we appreciate the challenges that we are going through in Burundi, but we do not believe that the trend is towards a civil war, and not to talk even of a genocide. We are doing. You're saying we cannot talk about a genocide or civil war, indeed, but you have to admit there are tensions in the country. There's a lot of pressure from within the country, from different districts in the country, and even from outside. I wonder how you will strike a balance to ensure that everyone is satisfied. Well, first of all, when it comes to domestic issues, please let us, as a country, as a sovereign nation, deal with them. When it comes to disarmament, for instance, it is a responsibility of the government to make sure that all the arms that are in the hands of civilians are withdrawn. And that was actually even a recommendation by the East African community and even the African Union and the UN. Now, when it comes to the foreign relations or the diplomatic relations with our neighbors, with even within countries beyond the region, we are doing everything possible to maintain the dialogue, to maintain the discussions, the conversations with them. That's why actually we have accepted to come to Brussels to dialogue with them, with the EU, on issues that they think are legitimate queries, but also that are essential for our bilateral ties. And we have accepted to come here.
If the conditions the EU give, if you are not able to meet them and the EU carries out the threat it has and withdraws the 20% of your budget, how are you going to deal with that?
We are not yet there, and the dialogue that we have resumed, actually, because it was a resumption of dialogue which was interrupted 7 months ago, will continue, and hopefully will deliver in a reasonable period of time. So we do not think of catastrophic scenarios now, because we believe that we are on the right track. We have resumed dialogue, and we are discussing on the ways that would allow both parties to be satisfied.
What is the one thing, you mentioned diplomatic relations a little earlier, what is the one thing you think your country can do to normalize relations with Rwanda? Because at the moment, things don't stand really well between the two countries.
Number one, I believe that both countries enjoy normal relations despite the clouds that have come between them. But I continue to believe that we will absolutely find ways to normalize the relations in whatever aspect that they might have gone sore.
Okay, all right. Alain Nyamitwe, Burundian Foreign Minister, thanks for taking time to talk to us on Focus on Africa.